I have to apologize in advance about nervous twitch, so when I get really nervous, I just start doing suddenly, so what happens, it'll just be a sign that I'm nervous. I'm an Indian, I'm of Indian origin, so when Rishi Sunak became Prime Minister, I was really, really, really proud.
Let's go! Next is the black guy. Eventually.
I was really, really, really proud for about 2 minutes. Because then I realized the people in the UK can finally legitimately blame brown people for all their problems. I keep a shaven head. The reason I keep a shaven head is because of my childhood trauma of the Indian priests pulling my hair back when they wanted to get jiggy with it.
Oh, let's go.
So Nicola Sturgeon, as we know, she resigned today, and she did make Scotland #1. We should all be proud. #1 for cocaine addiction.
Go, Nicola.
So, as we know, Valentine's Day was yesterday. So, I thought to myself, what am I going to do? I went boxing class, because that's the only way I get touched. On the way there, I saw an advert. It said, give your Valentine a really, really, really big knob of Lutz Pack butter. I did give my Valentine 12 roses. She ate 12, I took them away, I took the rest of 10 and I ate the rest. Not her. So being a brown guy, I have some problems. So I took my actual date, to a restaurant, walked in. First I had to say is no, I'm not the Uber Eats delivery driver. I said no, I'm not going to take all your jobs. And I would tell the customers, no, I'm not the waiter. And I would tell all the fathers, I'm not here to take away your daughter. I would get quite angry. I sat down, being a brown guy, remember, Indian origin, open up my rucksack, and I think I am gonna blow up my doll, my date, my big blow up doll. That was my date for that. No, I didn't get so lucky. She shagged me. She raped me. That's the way I like it. So, okay, now we're talking about Valentine's dating and everything. Can I just say, the female breast is beautiful and it's illegal to show in public. Then why the hell do they allow man boobs to be shown in public? Does anyone actually like seeing man boobs? Imagine a man in public with a baby putting it up to his man boob. That'd be horrible. And then thinking about dating and all the rest of it, I was thinking about evolution. Why is it that men produce 1 trillion sperm a month and women just produce 1 egg? There's not a lot of hope for men, like in terms of, there's not a lot of faith that's put in men. What's there? 1 trillion sperm? No, not much at all. So, I was thinking about dating. A bad date for a man would be not to get laid. A bad date for a woman, it's so hard for a woman. A bad date for a woman would be to get murdered. By either her Tinder date, the taxi driver, or the policeman she goes to that's meant to help her, that doesn't help her. So that's why I came up with a theory. The day they invent a vibrator that actually listens to the female, that's the day men will become extinct. And I think all us men, we do have a disease. And the disease is being horny. All the time. No, there's women that say, no, we're just as horny as you men. Yes. We are. So I went to a colleague, and I said, I would love to shag you. And she said to me, she said, she was making a point, because she was trying to tell me she's horny all the time as well. So I said to her, so I'll tell you the context. So I said, well, I'd love to shag you. And she said to me, I wouldn't want to shag you. I don't fancy you. And I said, I don't fancy you either. That's the point. We're horny all the time. So, speaking of horny, I made my Tinder profile. And on my profile, I said, to date me, you've got to have a really, really, really small pinky. Because that's the only thing that's going to fit around my cock when it's fully erect and I'm on Viagra? Who likes to play games in the bedroom?
That one.
My default game every time has to be hide and go seek. My wee willy winky just goes and hides, and the lady has to seek. I was thinking about dating and everything. I was thinking about consent. So they wanted to ban Sleeping Beauty, right?
What?
Because the prince kissed her without consent.
What?
Okay, let's put this in a context. She was going to sleep for an eternity. He saved her from sleeping for eternity and gave her a kiss. Let's face it, can you really see Prince William, Prince Harry walking about Glasgow looking for unconscious females covered in their own vomit on a Saturday night and kissing them? That just ain't gonna happen. However, what is gonna happen when Prince William and Harry go to a strip club, they're gonna see a photo of their dead mother hanging out stripper's ass with 20-pound notes. With the unconscious thing in Glasgow, you would see Bill Cosby out there looking for unconscious.
Undertake.
So, I can remember my first puke. I was 8 years old. It was gray. It was stuck in my teeth. And I was looking up at Santa. He said he had a new teeth gift for me.
Wow.
When I was growing up in India, I heard about the grooming in the UK. I was shocked. I was shocked that you guys in the UK got sweets, chocolates, crisps. We were lucky just to get a punch in the face. So that's why in my next life, I said, please, oh God, please God, in my next life I want to be born in the UK so I can get groomed. I can actually get groomed.
Let's go.
So, a lot of kids at school would come up to me when I moved here. They said, I fucked your ma, I shagged your ma. I would, my whole body would quiver. My face and my jaws would clench. And all I would feel is pure jealousy. I had a crush on my mom. I was going through a phase. Come on, man. Someone's been through that kind of phase, no? Yeah? I grew out of that phase 2 years ago when my mom turned 90. Once they're 90, I draw the line. Oh, mom's not listening. The other thing that happened to me at school, one boy came up to me and he grabbed my balls so hard and he squeezed really hard that one of my ball nuts got lodged right up in the sack. And for the rest of my school career, they called me the Uniballer. Can you imagine that one big bulging ball just staring back at you? It's scary. So for my party trick, or my magic trick, I would grab the dislodged ball, pull it down, and that one ball would become two.
Balls deep.
Balls deep. So, I did go through a lot of depression. I bet you think I wonder how, wonder why. So every morning, when I was having my depression, I would tell myself, the belt is for the waist, not for the neck. My belt is for the waist, not for the neck. And before I jumped in front of that train, I would tell myself, gotta erase the hard drive first. And the other thing I would keep telling myself is, horizontal for...
Legend.
What was horizontal for? Yeah, sorry. Horizontal for attention. Horizontal for attention. Vertical for results. Vertical for results. Yes. But there was a story of a man in the US, happens to be the US, they're crazy people, got a gun, pulled the trigger right here, pulled the trigger.
That's true.
It's true. He didn't have his face, he blew his face off. And he did this because he found out his wife was having an affair with his son, who was her stepson. So he's, unfortunately, he survived. He's lying there in hospital with no face. No one's gonna shag him now. He's thinking, I've got no face, nobody's gonna shag me now. And he keeps telling himself, he's like, I really wish I would have agreed to that threesome because they would have put it on Pornhub. So my last two jokes. What does the Catholic Church, I'll reword.
Say it.
Forget I said that.
Yes.
What do all religious institutions and Amazon have in common?
He does.
They're both too large to fail, they don't pay their taxes, and they always screw the little guy. And the very last one of the night, this is a sad one. My boss rolls up to me in his brand new Ferrari, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing, that's amazing. And he said, well, if you work really, really hard, if you give it 100%, see next year, he's gonna buy a new one for himself. Thank you very much, I'm Ray. And thank you, Nico, for joining us.